Hello everyone, my name is Justin Haney. This is my EDL 854 Module 1, Communicating Who We Are. A little bit about me. I grew up in Hoisington, Kansas. I played football at Sterling College. I'm a PE teacher. I taught 2 years in Dodge City Middle School, and then I've been at Hayes Middle School since 2014. I'm the head football, wrestling, track coach at Hayes Middle School. I enjoy being outside, any outdoor hobbies, sports. Enjoyed rooting on the Jayhawks today. Um, I'm a big Chiefs fan, but I'm not allowed back. The first Chiefs game I've ever been to was the AFC Championship game this year, and that didn't turn out so well. So I've been told by friends that I'm not allowed back. My school's Hayes Middle School, grade 6 through 8. Enrollment right around 720. Our average class size runs about 25. We have 41 full-time teachers and a low socioeconomic rate of 39%. Going to our school finance items, 10 things that I kind of picked up. We'll go through them, and I'll go through things that I've seen my principal do or things that I've seen in our district. First thing I picked up is the majority of our school administrators lack a background in accounting and finance. I'm definitely fit this mold. I don't have a business background at all. Um, the word of finance makes me honestly a little bit nervous. Um, Talking just a little bit with my principal, he was kind of in the same boat starting off, but he assured me as you start to do it, it makes more sense and it becomes easier and easier as you go through it. Number two, 92% of educational funding comes from local and state dollars. This is something I put in, but I already knew it coming into it that most of our money is not federal money. It all comes from state and local fundings. Local funding, obviously, through property taxes, state funding through Kansas Department of Education. Number three, principals' financial responsibilities vary widely from district to district. Typically, the bigger you go in districts, the more board office and school board controls most of all the funding, accounting, and whatnot. The smaller you go, typically more responsibilities get laid upon a principal. Hayes Middle School, I know we're kind of middle of the road. Our principal has his own funds that he can use and however he deems necessary to make our school efficient. But then there is also funds that are required to be used at certain things. Our district has certain dollars that they are required to use by the state. Our school board basically controls all our financial expenditures. If there's things that are required um, that the school board has to approve before we're allowed to spend excess dollars on certain projects. Number four, Kansas allocates $4,165 to each student per that's enrolled per district, and that's through the state of Kansas. Um, just looking at some of the articles, and I pulled this one from KHDE. It varies from state to state. Your um, higher population areas and states tend to have more money allocated per student, and your urban, or not your urban, but your rural areas tend to go a little less. And if you look at money spent per each student in the state of Kansas district wide, you'll kind of see that same trend as bigger schools tend to allocate more money for each student and spend more, where your smaller rural communities spend a little less. Um, Number five, most budget decisions are made by the school board and by the school office. I kind of hit on that again with our Hayes Middle School, just in the fact that uh, our principal is allowed to make certain decisions and has his own funds that he can spend, but for other larger expenditures, the school board has to approve and most of those things. usually get approved if recommended by the principals. Number 6, principal duties can include staff salary change, account keeping, projected budget, revenue, and expenditure. At our school, most of these things are done by our secretary, who has a background in accounting. Our principal definitely relies heavily on her, as I do as well, just based on my sports budgets and different things that I have to kind of keep track of. She does a great job. Number 7, many percent of funding must be spent in specific areas. So let's say the state gives us $4,000 per kid. They're saying that half percent or 50% of that may have to go directly towards teacher funding. 25% may need to go towards capital outlay, just different things that the state requires, and each state's a little bit different. In one of the articles, I'll go down on to number 8 here. Early research shows that loosening these restrictions has allowed for better use of resources. I know in our department, there are many times that we have money left over that we have to spend or lose it. So there's many times that we're getting either things we don't necessarily need or just stocking up on things where that money could go elsewhere if allowed. Number 9, schools' income statement reports, revenue, and spending must be categorized. So there was one article that went in depth on school income statements and just budgeting and different things that those are the things that make me honestly a little bit nervous, and I'm going to have to dig deep and learn lots more as I go forward on those things to make myself more comfortable. But all those things are all categorized and everything is broken down and must be tracked into specific categories. And that takes me to number 10, balance sheets help schools keep track of their current balances. So as every dollar gets spent, that goes into the balance sheet, and these things are all kept track on programs that schools use and different web-based, not web-based, but computer-based applications that do a great job of balancing the budget and keeping track of things. My concerns with school finance. Again, I have no background in finance and accounting, so definitely a little nerves there going into that. Poor accounting and budgeting could be catastrophic for my school. Definitely don't want to put a school at risk if I'm the administrator and I do a very poor job on the budget. If I go to a smaller school district, more financial responsibilities will fall upon me. I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and I like to do a good job of the things I do. So hopefully going forward in this class will help me prepare with the financial duties that come with school administration. Good luck to everyone. Good to meet you, and take care.